welcome to another Top Table Gaming video. You're joined by me, Jay, and this is episode 1 of my new hobby vlog series. It's about time I did some hobby vlogs. Hobby vlogs are some of my favourite content. I love watching the content creators that I enjoy watching and seeing what they're working on, what they've got coming up, and also they're a great tool for motivation. So what I'm going to start doing, guys, is I'm not going to promise it's weekly, because some weeks I don't get much hobbying, but it's going to be as often as I have stuff to show you. I'm going to be doing some hobby vlogs. So the first one is going to be a bit of a bumper edition, kind of showing you quickly what I've painted for stuff coming imminently on the channel, and a couple of projects that I'm going to be trying to get done in the coming weeks. And probably for the first few, you're going to be seeing me pulling out a half-finished project and trying to get it to completion, because I've got so many half-done projects right now, and I need to just stop buying new toys, which is a problem we probably all have, and get some of these done, because they all mean new content for the channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the camera around, guys. I'm going to show you what I've painted this week, what I've been working on, and we'll come back for a chat at the end. Cheers. Okay guys, so we are back, and I figured let's start with the good bit, which is what I've done this week, destroying the myth that Steve loves to create about me that I don't paint. So here we go, and you guys are looking at some of the brand new Blackstone Fortress models. So we've been quite open about it online. Blackstone Fortress is definitely something we want to cover over on Top Table Gaming, and we've been prepping for it like crazy. The game is out this week, and we're really hoping we can follow the release with some content for you all. So me and Steve had a chat, and I opted to do the baddies. Now obviously there's a lot more baddies than goodies. Steve did do some of the bad guys from the set, but I wanted to just really get my eye back in for speed painting and just batch these out. And you tend to put more effort into the heroes, and I think Steve will do them more justice. So here's what I've got done this week, and we've got 4 of these guys, which are the Negavolt Shock Cultists, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're really cool, proper like maimed. They've got lots of electrical ports in their arms, very Matrix. And they've got these kind of like shock batons, which I've tried to do a bit of a blue to white glow effect on. I hope it's showing there, guys. Always tricky to focus in these. And these models are just beautiful. If there's anything I've painted you like the look of, do let us know in the comments. I'll happily tell you, although I'm not a mega painter. One thing I'm trying to get better at is doing stuff fast, yet making it look half good, because I really want to bring you guys as much as possible. So we've got 4 of those guys, and then 4 of these beastmen, and these are really cool and characterful as well. Just beautiful models actually, guys. And the beastmen are quite interesting. They come with 2 head options and 2 different arm options. So with the 4 that you get for the scenarios in the set, no 2 will be identical, yet they will have similar features. So these are just really cool models. Then we've got the spindle drones. Not too sold on the red on these, but with these and the Urgles that we're going to get to, I've really tried to focus on doing 90% of the work with an airbrush. But I don't really think the change of tone shows so much on these, but these are cool little models. The other thing is, like Steve was like, why have you gone for bright red? Because we're going to be filming top down, I really want each different type of enemy unit distinguishable for you guys. So there's the little spindle drones, which are quite cool. And then last up are my absolute favourite, and these are the reason that I wanted to paint this set. That's the Urgles. Now these guys, kind of saw it in my head how I wanted to paint them. I'm 80% happy, so these were all done with an airbrush. An actual brush didn't touch these, so I've tried to achieve like a blue to white fade, if you will. The front is quite strong, but the back will show you. I think I executed it better on the back than the front, unfortunately. So I've used an airbrush. I zenithal primed them, then a thin coat of blue, and then I worked up through like a turquoise, and then hit them with kind of a white from the top. But just look at these models. Look at the detail on the face. Are they not cool, right? And I absolutely adore these models. Super white on the front. Again, I achieved what I was going for a bit better on the back. You can see the gradient there. If you guys have got any tips for me, let me know. If you guys want to know anything I've done to achieve these effects, also let me know in the comments. But these models are way cool. If these were in a game as an army, which I think they are, Dark Eldar, please correct us, we are new to 40k, I would be buying these. They are cool. And that, guys, is what I've got painted for Blackstone Fortress. And if you check out Steve's hobby vlog, you'll see some of the heroes. And hopefully by the time you're watching this, we've got some games recorded for you guys to check out on the channel too. So that's my Blackstone Fortress. Let's check out my Vanguard. Alright, so next up is my Kings of War Vanguard. You guys know I'm excited about this system. I went up to the release event for Vanguard and I managed to grab a demo at Clash of Kings, and I fell in love with this really cool little skirmish fantasy game by the wonderful Mantic Games. And what you see in front of you is my Basileans and my Night Stalkers. So my Basileans are going to be my main faction, and as you can see, I've actually got a couple of models done for this. We got this guy, who's the dictator, and may I say, an actual beast in game. As I've alluded to with everything, guys, I'm really trying to work on getting things faster to the table. So with the metallics, and then we've gone for like a nice red colour with black as the secondary colour for the robes. And given how quickly I've been bashing these out, guys, with like base coats, washes, and very sporadic highlights, I'm really happy with how they look. And my God, have Mantic made some beautiful models. The rumours are not true. They make some wicked models, and these are some of them. And I tell you what, the level of detail on these, they paint themselves. Look at this guy, just looking ready for action. So again, lots of silvers and golds, really easy to do. And then we got this guy, which is my ogre champion, and oh, I love this model so much. Just look at the detail work on his armor. And I must say, guys, that's all the model. None of it's my skill. That is for sure. And these guys are ready for battle. I've gone for a really classic kind of just brown, dry brushed up to bone basing scheme with some flowers. I tend to base my armies very much in line with the mat I'm likely to play on. And my aim for the next hobby vlog, guys, is for you to see all of these Basileans finished. There are more, but I've just thrown a few in front of camera. One I'm keen to get done is this wicked war wizard there. Yeah, he's coming out alright, even though he's just primed red. For speed, and you can kind of see the steps I do. So we'll look at here on the other character. I've started with Null Oil and Stormhold Silver from the top, and then just an all over black wash, and that establishes the base. And then from there I go in and pick in the gold afterwards, because it's easier than trying to wash the individual bits. And even on these like crossbowmen, the amount of like detail like on his face and shoulder pads and stuff is wicked. And then I hit the red, and there's not much more to it than that. After that, it's just a bit of love. So those are my Basileans, and I'm super excited to get those done, but I did get distracted on Sunday with these bad boys, which is my Night Stalkers. Now, they don't look like much at the moment because I'm trying to finish these guys first, but they've very much just been Zenithal primed and then hit with a black. What I've then done is I've washed them purple, which is the state of most of them, but I have had a play with one of them, and I want your opinions, guys, because I keep changing my mind between if I'm happy or not. So we got this guy here. So after being Zenithal primed and purple, I've hit him with like a lilac and then a pink on some of the extreme tips. I didn't want to go like super purple like most people, and I think it looks quite cool actually. Again, all airbrush work. I'm trying to get used to using my airbrush for more than just priming, because it is more than that. But what do you think an army of ghouly ghosts and nightmares would look like this? Any suggestions how I could improve it, and what do you think? But that's kind of the lines I'm looking, because it's quick. I think it looks good, and they're quite cool. And some of these minis need pointing out because they're just crazy. Look at this guy. Look at him. I will point out as well, notice the texture on his base. Don't think it shows very well on him. Let's grab this big boy. So this was recommended to me by Jerry actually. This stuff is incredible, and it is. Let me get it in shot for you. So Natural Texture Diorama by AK Interactive, and this stuff was like £9 I want to say for a huge pot, and you just whack it on. It comes out white, so at first I was panicking, but once you prime it you really see the level of detail once it's dried. And I didn't even use, guys, like the surplus that was in the top of the lid to do like 20 to 30 Night Stalker models. Imagine how much I'm going to get out of that tub. Now I did buy 2, but I think I'm pretty much covered for a couple of years, and I really like this stuff, so you're going to see it on a lot of my armies going forward. So that's what I've used for the basing for these, and I'm really excited to have the Basileans and the Night Stalkers done, because it's 2 factions in the studio ready to play some games, and I am itching because we've got a lot of people playing in Manchester but I have a don't play till painted rule, so the Basileans are going to be my focus, guys, before the next hobby vlog, and that, guys, is my Vanguard. Okay, so next up is my Shadespire, and what a game Shadespire is. Now, when Shadespire came out, and we just got the orcs and the dwarves, I was so deep into this game. I was playing with a lot of the Steamforge crew and Jamie Giblin, who is kind of winning everything these days, it seems, and good on him for it. But I really wanted to get caught up with Shadespire, and the reason is these little red fellas right here. So I got into gaming because of Night Goblins and how cool that kit was, and when I saw these, I'm like, it's time to get caught up. Now, we all play a lot of games, I'm sure. We all don't play all of them as much as we'd like to, but I really want to get back to playing some Shadespire because it's quick, it's fun, and I also reckon we could do a great job of it on the channel. Is that something you'd like to see? Do you want to see some Shadespire? Let me know in the comments below. But, oh, these goblins. I'm going to contradict myself a little bit as well. As I mentioned, I'm really trying to focus on getting stuff ready quick for camera. With these, I got halfway and stopped because there's stuff we're prepping for the channel right now, but I really wanted to see what I could do. Now, these are very far from done. The only thing I'm calling done on these guys is the robes, and I worked really hard. I hope it's coming out on camera there. It's kind of tough to get in focus, but I was really trying to work on my highlighting skills to just make these guys pop. And my god, are these cool models. This guy, of course, the Zarbag, is my favourite, and I worked really hard to try and get the different areas of his robe to pop. Other than that, the skin has had its first layer of base coat, needs another, but they are so cool, and I want to get them done. Let us know what they're like in game as well. I'm keen to check out. I've been so out of the loop with Shadespire. And then, of course, we've got the two crews from the Night Vault starter set, which I have painted very similar to my respective, or I'm going to paint very similar to my respective AOS armies. So these guys, the newest iteration of the Stormcast, which are like the magical evocators, these have just been sprayed black and hit grey from above because they're going to be done very similar to the way I've done my Soul Wars box set, which you will see next week, because I'm going to try and get these done because the basing will probably take longer than the models, and god, are they characterful. Check them out, man. Anyone who hasn't played Shadespire, models are wicked. You actually get a really value for money way of getting access to some of the really cool Age of Sigmar models, and also it's a fantastic little game. So I'm going to get these done, and then the other half of the starter set, which of course is the Night Haunt half, is nearly done. So these have been done very much like my Night Haunt, which is a very speed technique. So they've been done ethereal, like a lot of people's, but the mix, look at the detail on that model. The mix is actually slightly different. So Matt at work actually made it me. So it is the Nikolai Oxide, which is what people were using before the two new technical paints came out, which I don't remember the name of, with the Night Haunt. So it's some of the Nikolai Oxide technical paints, some Lamy medium, and a little drop of blue, and I mean a tiniest drop of blue, and like 3/4 of a bottle of the other two. And literally all I've done is prime them white and give it one coat and didn't let it overly pool anywhere, and I think it's the perfect mixture, and it adds a lot of depth and character. And then all I've done outside of that, which will be easier to show you on another model, is paint and wash the metallics. And I've got to be honest with you, I think they look pretty cool as is, and that's a really cool way of not just getting these, but the Night Haunt to the tabletop. So once I base these guys, maybe do a couple of nice little touch-ups on some of the more extravagant characters, like this guy's got his Hangman noose, they're going to be done. So I want to get some Shadespire done for you guys as well. That's where I'm at with it. Expect to see them soon on the channel. Okay, so there we have it, guys. That's what I've been painting this week with the Blackstone Fortress stuff, and you've seen what I'm working on at the moment as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Obviously my aim for next week is to get the Kings of War Vanguard finished and get it on the table in some games for you guys, and some of the Shadespire as well. And if I can hit that target, I will next time be showing you some of my A Song of Ice and Fire, because I'm keen to get the Lannisters done, because I love playing with painted minis. So that's my hobby vlog, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know what sort of stuff you want to see, and until the next time, make sure you're having some good games.